Hey, welcome back and thank you for tuning in for today's video. Something unique. I've never done this before in the YouTube channel, and that is involve you as a viewer and asking questions. It may be something personal or maybe something, maybe I can help you out with really briefly. But there's something that you guys are going to stick around for. And these are all the viewers that posted on the comment section under the YouTube community post. So check it out. If you go to my YouTube channel, if you click on community, I post a lot of things there and I give you some updated information about LSPDFR, updated information about maybe a new video that's coming out, or maybe a new mod, or even maybe ScriptHook. So be sure to check out community posts right here kind of regularly. That way you kind of stay up to date with everything. And here's my post right here. So for the first time on this channel, post below and ask me anything. You guys could have asked me anything. It didn't really matter. I did ask that you didn't post anything that had a reference to your game that you can't get to work, because it would just make the video way too long. I'm sure you guys understand that. And that is why I have Discord. We have over 4,000 members over there now. It's a great community. There's a lot of people that love to help people over there. So if you are having technical issues with your game, be sure to visit our Discord. Now, I said I would pick 10 randomly. I think this is going to be a lot more than 10 because some questions are really, really easy to answer. And I don't want to make the video too long, but I did say right here, only a bit of advice, make it count. So there's one question on here I thought was rather funny. And so we'll be highlighting you guys' comments today, and we're going to go straight to the comments. Let's go. 36 comments, by the way. You guys are awesome. And I'll try to get through these as fast as humanly possible. And then maybe I'll throw in some editing in here as well to kind of maybe give you a little bit of tips and tricks and things really quick though, because I don't want to make the video too long. So let's go ahead right here. And the first question goes to Lego Mad Games. 5892. He says, have you updated your mod website to now where I can find all the car packs and other mods? So there's kind of good news and bad news to this. So I'm going to hop over to my website. Now about the website, it used to be called benzoeffect.com, but since we had the name change for the YouTube channel, I switched it over to bluelinevibes.com. So I hope you guys enjoyed the website. And thank you again, Rowit, for constructing this website, the entire website. All I did was added some mods in here. So I do pick and choose. If you want to look at my mods, if you want to have some really good recommendations of some good mods, my advice, go to click on mods right here, my mods. And then you can go to search. You can just search a mod if you want. You can go right here. You can go to essentials, pretty much just LSPDFR, obviously, and then open for Rage Native UI. These are all up to date, by the way. The only unfortunate thing, I really do apologize, Lego Man, is that my cars are not really 100% up to date. The biggest problem with that is I'm very lazy when it comes to updating the website because I switch out cars so often, but I did pick some really good ones. If you guys are into some really good car packs, just take a look at these. There's a lot of stuff on here that you can go check out if you like. So hopefully that answers your question there. Lego Mad Games, thank you. Next question here is by Elegance Linky. I do believe that's how you pronounce your name. Is it possible for NPC officers to be equipped with outfits from EUP? Not just talking about Ultimate Backup Partner, but rather any backup units or randomly encountered patrol units. I'm so glad you asked that question, and I love to promote my own stuff. But hey, if it gets you guys to sign up, I'm being honest here. You guys know I'm completely honest when it comes to this stuff. I set my Patreon as low as possible. It's at $1, guys. $1. It's like a couple of cents a day or something like that. Sorry, I'm not good at math. Anyway, so right here, this is, and you can do this on your own. You don't have to have the video, okay? But I do guide you through it step by step. It's called EUP to UB. It is by Astroburgers. It is very, very possible to have your backup units respond in any area of the map, and also the backup units, the vehicles themselves, and then what they're going to be wearing down to a T as far as do they have kind of decals like Sergeant? Are they Corporal, for example? Do they have short sleeve, long sleeve, jackets? You can see my picture right here, right? So all that stuff is included in that video, but you can still do that on your own. It's not too hard to figure out, but it does take a little bit of walkthrough on that. And there's over 30 plus videos in there, exclusive stuff just like this. So be sure to go check it out. Here's a great question right here. It is by the Grim Truth Podcast Chan 9978. Do you think it would be possible if all of the modding community could get together to create a standalone game like LSPDFR? He says, in his opinion, there's a large community for this type of game. This would be a huge effort. I have no doubt that I think it would be worth it. Absolutely think it would be worth it for sure. In my opinion, do I think it's possible? I think it's very, very possible, to be honest with you, if everybody pulled together and pulled their resources. The problem is, when you're dealing with a AAA game like, GTA 5, the graphics are there. There's so much coding that's involved with all that, and so much troubleshooting and all these other things. It would probably take several years, if I'm not mistaken, but you'd have to have, everybody had to agree, right? And then they'd have to agree to disagree. So it kind of goes, without saying that everybody would have to be a team on that. And then also to keep in mind too, they would have to work for free, out of their own spare time and then get that done. And so I think that it could be possible. Now, would the game be worth it? I think so. If everybody put all their their minds together to be able to do that, they would have to make it look like something. Would it look like Police Simulator? Would it look like maybe a sloppy rendition of GTA 5 or maybe GTA 6? I don't know. Here's Dean2328. Thank you for the comment there. He says, what do you think it'll be like playing LSPDFR in GTA 6? And I think it's going to be phenomenal. I think it's going to give a new life into the modding community again, because if you think about it, we've been modding the hell out of GTA 5 for what has it been, over 10 years, right? Something like that. We need something new. All right, here's another question here by James Gunn, OD2IL. He says, are you still in SLRP? The answer is yes. Right now, I'm not really on leave per se, although I probably should. I don't want to get too personal with me, but I've been having some health issues with my neck and my back, and it's been really stressful for me to sit for long periods of time. And then also we had some family issues come up. I messaged Mark. He's the head admin over there, the sheriff, if you will. No, Mark is a great guy. He's always extremely understanding. He knows that family comes first. So, but to answer your question, yes, I am still in SLRP, and hopefully I'll be back soon. Okay, here's another question here by J909Fire. So he says, what do you think the best FiveM RP servers are besides the one you're currently in? It's a great question. It's kind of hard to answer that, to be honest with you. SLRP is the best. I can't really say, for sure it's the best, you know what I mean? Because I'm being biased because I'm part of SLRP. And of course, Jay knew that. I'd probably answer like that. But there's a couple other good ones. If you guys want to check them out, you guys have heard of them. It is OCRP. OCRP is Orange County Roleplay. I'm sure most of you have heard of Bugs and Civ Ryan and Jeff Aviano. They're over on OCRP. So what's another good one? Well, maybe there's one more good one. I'll show you who it is. I'm going to turn this down a little bit just so it's not blurring in your ear. It's Officer Messer. Now that's his Twitch channel. I'll give him a shout out. He's a really cool guy. He supports me on Patreon as well. But his server right there is called the Academy RP. And what I do like about Officer Messer, besides he is a real police officer in real life, really cool guy. I'm going to let you just watch real briefly.
It's going to be the big construction building. I don't know how to describe it.
We got the window tint and impeding traffic. Or still just turns into 24/7 out, brother. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for the 25.
And once again, he is in the Academy RP, and evidently they have a lot of people in there, so you can always go check him out. I've never been in that server, so I can't really tell you for sure. There's another question right here by Florida Pie Gaming 8068. Now I remember his name because he was one of my deputies. What's your favorite department to play as, and how many people play as? That's a really good question. No, I'm gonna have to. Even though Steve the Gamer does it a lot, I know he does it more than I do, which doesn't make a lot of sense because I'm a native Texan. You know where I'm going with this, right? Yeah, Texas Department of Public Safety. So that's one right there. I love doing Texas DPS because I got the accent down, I mean, a native Texan, born and raised here in Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas, North Central. I know a lot of Texas State Troopers in real life, and I pass by them all the time, so I know a lot about them. But other than that, there's really not a lot of states or departments that I can say, honestly, that I like to play as. I'm sure that's what he means in probably real life is what I'm thinking. I think that's probably going to answer the question, hopefully, because the other departments, I'm sure he doesn't really mean that, is because everybody plays these, like BCSO, LSSD, like Los Santos Sheriff's Department, and then LSPD. If you meant that, then I would probably say Los Santos Sheriff's Office, because their uniforms look very similar to ours in our FiveM server, which is based off of Fresno, California. There's another question right here, and it's from my homie Eric. It says, I'm sorry, your homie Eric. So he says, can you make an updated Grammar Police video? So I said, there's no need to, but I'm going to recant that. There's a good chance that Grammar Police will get optimized in the very near future. And yes, an updated tutorial will come with that, and much better and much faster one will have to come with that as well. There's another great question right here. Is loyalty over money, Tay? 5078. I'm sure I mispronounced that. I really apologize, man. How about I just call you loyalty, right? So he wrote right here, if you have non-ELS cars, do a tutorial on Live Lights / DLS. So DLS can do similar things. I'm not going to get too technical on that, but it can do very similar things that ELS can. And as far as I know, it's probably going to be even more stable. So I'll look into that for you there, loyalty. Stay tuned for that. I do believe it's number one Kobe fan YouTube 81. I think that's what it is, because I remember his name because it comments in a lot of my videos. So I appreciate you commenting. Really means a lot, by the way. So he says, I would love to see an AI generated police scanner in a LSPDFR vid. I'm not sure the name of the plugin. It's called X Scanner. Yeah, there is a, I have not done a tutorial on that one yet. It's called X Scanner, and it's a pretty cool plugin, I must say, but it's really cool. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out, guys. You can actually get a live police radio as you're patrolling through a plugin. It's really cool. He did an extremely good job on that, but I'll look into that and see if I can get that done. The next comment here is by Shrekerator YouTube. So that's a cool name. I like that name, and I like his avatar there. It says, I need to learn how to put downloaded liveries on cars, please. And so I do appreciate also, what's his name? Elegant Slinky. He walked him through pretty much step by step. Here's another comment here by Chill Mike 6598. And I must start by saying that he's got the best name right there in the middle, Mike. I mean, that's like a godly name right there. As you guys know, my name is Mike, so you know I may be a little bit biased, but I'm just saying. He says, do you plan to get into the GTA 6 mods when they come, like tutorials or the inevitable VC PDFR? The answer is absolutely 100% yes. There's another question here by Chief CJ4ST. No, I'm just joking. I knew that said chef, but he says, hope all is well, bro. Just wondering, did you get into OCRP with Jeff? That's Jeff Faviano, Bugs, and Seb Ryan a while back. Is there any chance you may continue with them in the future? I watch a ton of their content now and miss your SLRP live streams. And I really do appreciate your comment, by the way. The answer was yes. I was in OCRP very briefly. When I say briefly, I would say almost 5 months. I didn't do a lot of live streams, but I did do a couple of live streams. But as far as Jeff, Bugs, and Civ Ryan goes, they're great guys. When I got recruited on, you know, I had to apply just like everybody else. You know, they could have rejected me just like anybody else. And they had thousands and thousands. They probably had over 4,000 applicants. But I just wanted to get into LEO, and the applications were very strict with that as far as you know, who to accept. And I respect that because, you know, even though I'm a YouTuber, you know, the 100,000 subscribers, I didn't want to have my name put in front of other people. And so they had to open up the applications from last year. So I had been there for 5 months, and they were opening up applications of people that applied, you know, over 8 months ago. Here's another question right here by Matthew Johnson 4465. He says, do you use a steering wheel when you drive the vehicles? The quick answer to that is no. What I use is a controller, believe it or not. It took me about 3 weeks to finally start to get the grasp to drive, activate the lights. And once the car comes to a stop, what I do is put the controller in my lap, and then I'm mouse and keyboard all the way. Everything else is mouse and keyboard, everything. There's way too many keybinds to do it with a controller, you know, to do the entire game, as you guys know. And so easiest way to do is to drive with the controller, maybe lights and sirens possibly, and then go to mouse and keyboard for everything else. There's another question here by Mo is not Tahoe. I like that name, by the way. He says, do you think there's any more major mod scripts like ELS or call out interface for LSPDFR that could innovate the LSPDFR experience? Or do you think we hit the peak in terms of scripting and like modding for GTA 5 LSPDFR? That is a really, really good question. There's something really, really big in the works, and I'm hoping it gets released maybe sometime later this year. But something I think you guys are going to be extremely pleased with, something exciting, something new that I think you guys are really going to like, to be honest with you. And then also, little birdie told me something about possibly a police computer coming out. That's right, a new CAD system, something that may replace maybe CompuLite, hopefully a little bit later this year. There's another comment right here by Mr. Badger 77, probably the most important comment out of all these questions. He says, would you ever buy a Batman toaster? Yeah. Free delivery Friday, May 24th. Nice. Here's another cool comment. You guys are just rocking it out today. I love y'all's comments, by the way. You get my mind thinking, right? This is by guy who likes the color orange 404. Why do y'all have such cool names? And then here I am stuck with, you know, almost said benzo effect. Blue line vibes. Sorry. Okay, so he says, what's your own favorite video? Ooh, I like that. I'm assuming he means like of my own videos that I did. I think that's what he means. So why not promote my own stuff, right? So right here, this is probably one of my favorites. Not maybe the very best favorite. I had to go back and really think about that question, to be honest. This one here, besides the fact that we had almost 800 likes and we had 31,000 views, this is epic. AI voice updated, which is true. None of that was clickbait, by the way, because you can see the speech patterns are much improved with this speech. Instead of typing like I'm typing it out, to give the the AI, the NPC rather, more emotion like I used to do. Like I had to put it in bold or quotation marks and do it over and over and over again to get that quality sound and to get that that expression, that emotion out of the NPC. Is really hard to do when you're doing text. But at the same time when I made this video, or shortly before this video rather, there was speech to speech, meaning I can say things in my microphone and then it gets generated through an AI voice. So everything you're listening to right here is me. That is me speaking through an AI voice. I don't know if you guys even knew that, but this one is really fun to make. It was with Corporal Kerr. I'm sure you guys remember that. Now you're gonna hear some singing. That was probably just editing, that's not AI, okay? But check this scene out right here. It's always fun. Listen to this. It's, a good road
Your partner
hook.
got a glass jaw,
I agree with you.
Yeah. Now, Sergeant Benzo, I'd like to sing you a song. Would that be okay? Can I sing one
Sing me a
for
song?
you?
Sure.
Okay, here we go.
Bam. You can sing like that? Okay, assaulting a law enforcement officer. Okay, we're going to say it's a felony. We're going to go ahead and charge him with a felony. Attempted Grand Theft Auto, okay? Because he was unsuccessful. They were claiming that he was trying to sultry, you know what I mean? Like just to kind of calm your nerves, kind of calm down as you're watching this video. And then here I am booking this guy on charge after charge after charge. You can see his charges. There's so many things that we ended up charging this guy with, but we had a lot of fun making this one. So much AI went into this, guys. It probably took me probably over 60 hours to edit just this one video. But I'm really surprised that a lot of people didn't ask me more about AI stuff. Here, I'll let Corporal Kerr tell you.
Look, you know these fancy AI voices that you heard in today's video? Listen, that's not a mod, yo. That's done by your bro Benzo. Okay, that sounded cringy as hell, but you get the point, right? That's all editing. That takes hours and hours of work for my homeboy Benzo. So hit the like button, maybe comment down below, or I kick your ass out the door. Love you guys. Ha ha ha!
Okay, sorry about that. I had to throw that in there. So you could probably hear the tone in there, right? All these recent AI videos that I've done probably over the last, 6-8 months, you can hear my voice, right? There's a good question here by Mario Slayer 1690. What's your favorite police interceptor out of these three? 2019 present day Chevy Tahoe, 2011 Ford Crown Vic, 2023 Ford Explorer FPIU. Kind of more partial towards the Chevy Tahoe, to be honest with you. I like the 2019 version. So Chevy Tahoe, 2019. There's another comment right here by Joshua Hill 8681. He says, hey, I like the little wave sign there. I don't know. I'm cheesy like that too. I like to do that. Blue Line Vibes. There's this upcoming police simulator called Responding. In Responding, you'll create your own character and become an NYC police officer. The game is still in development. There's some early gameplay if you're interested. So rather than talk about responding like this through a YouTube, comment reply like this, how about I just show you the recent video that I did on YouTube? And right here, you can see the title is New Game Announcement called Responding. You guys know this channel has got a lot of police roleplay, police simulation, police gameplay, things like that. So with all that being said, I just want to kind of tell you there's a new game coming out. It's called Responding. And if you're not familiar with Responding, that's perfectly fine because I just got familiar with it just recently in the last month. And it is in alpha stage right now, about to hit beta, and I already spoke to the developers. They're gonna be sending me over a press kit, and I'm gonna do not really a review, because it's not really fair to the developers at this stage, but I'm gonna talk about gameplay and some cool stuff that the game may offer people that are into police roleplay and police gameplay in general. So kind of look out for that. That'll hopefully happen in the next few weeks. They're gonna be sending that over to me via email. You know how it goes. And there you go. That's a little brief teaser, if you will, about a game that's coming out. Hopefully maybe later this year is what I'm thinking, but you know how things can change. But it's called Responding. And shame on you if you did not click on that video, even though it's titled Ready or Not. It's not always about LSPD FAR, guys. Come on. Here's another comment right here by Brody, and then it says -ZU9PF. That's probably something that YouTube does, or maybe actually his username. I don't really know, but we'll just call him Brody. Thank you, Brody, for that comment. He says, what is your favorite vehicle pack for LSPDFR? Man, that's a loaded question right there because I have so many. You could always go to my website. Thank again, Rohit, for constructing the website for me. Really appreciate it. And all I do is just add in the mods when I can remember to do it. So my vehicle links are not always up to date, so I do apologize. But my tutorials are. You can click on tutorials, and then you can learn all kinds of new stuff. But right here, my mods. And then if you go to vehicles right there, just go to search. With all that being said, I'm going to show you some really cool car packs that I would recommend. Now, I can't list out every one of them because I've been doing this for 8.5, almost 9 years now on YouTube, and I know I'm bound to forget some really good ones. But this is the SAHP Code 3 pack by Ripple. Ripple makes extremely good car packs, both inside and outside. And might as well keep Ripple on the same subject. Since we're on his discussion here. This one here is probably one of my favorite Valor packs of all time. I can honestly say that. It is ELS, of course. LSPD Valor Pack, and it is by Ripple. You probably have to agree with me, right? I mean, they look fantastic. I'm not really fond of the hanging things that a lot of the modders do. They've been doing this a lot lately. I don't mind it so much, but when you see it on every photo and it's right in your peripheral, especially if you're doing a first-person patrol, car modders, come on, bro. We already know who made the car. You don't have to advertise it right in our face. That's the size of your damn head, man. Come on. So anyway, besides that, he did a fantastic job. I love the black and white. The livery is spot on. The lights are awesome in this pack. One of my favorite. I used it probably in over 15 or 20 videos on my channel. I really do love it that much. If you decide to download this, be sure to come down here to read page 2 of the comments. See the comments right there? See right here, this guy here, he says, check out my model. It looks like this. That's what you're going to end up with. Something that looks like this, but it should look like this. And I explain how to do it right here. Just read my comment. You'll see it, how far down we are. Look right here. See the bottom right here. You're going to have to go down and look for my comment. And you'll see right there. I'm not going to go through it right now, but it'll correct it in under 10 seconds and it'll fix it for you. Okay. On to another favorite car pack, which I think is really cool personally. Not trying to be biased here because I live in Texas, but these are Houston Police Department based with LSPD lore. Really cool, really well done. It's by BoyDead02, and you can see the level of detail that he has here. And the vehicle models themselves are not too high def, so I don't think I had to make any changes to this. You can see the standard black and white. It's just fantastic. And this is based off of Houston. BoyDead02 also did this one right here. It's a reflective as well. Really cool. I love this thing. You see this livery right here, right? Well, here's what they look like in real life. Pretty awesome, right? I mean, identical to Harris County, and that's what they're based off of. And once again, that's BoyDead02. Makes really good car packs. They're really well made. Here's one right here that may interest you guys. So the videos I've been doing lately on the YouTube channel, if you're watching this right now, going into the end of May, you've been noticing some really cool car pack. It is by Tours. That is where you can get that link. You can get that off my website here, or you can just type in Tours Legacy LSPD or something like that. You'll find it. And we got to shout out our boy here, Jedediah. He's like a family of the channel. He's been around the community for well over 8 years. He's like 7'5", in real life. I'm kind of kidding. He is tall, extremely tall, and he's also a UK police officer. Really cool guy. Talked to him many times through Discord. So he has a Patreon. I'm not going to tell you that you have to join that because this one here is free. This Los Santos Police Mega Pack. It's ELS. So there's really good models in here by Jedediah. And you can see some standard. What I like about Jed is he likes to include different liveries with the vehicle pack. So if you're not happy with the white one, white and blue, you could do like all blue and then a little bit of white. There's some unmarked units right there. Jed's always throwing in some really cool stuff. And once again, this is all one vehicle pack. It's a big one. So we got the black and white and the white and blue. Really cool. All right, here's another comment right here by John Games. So thank you, John, for commenting in today's video. He says, is there a way we can use Narcan, like your LSPDFR videos, for doing like drug overdose call outs? So to answer your question really fast here, John, the quick answer is probably no. We don't have that ability yet. Just only certain call out packs, unfortunately. Okay, we have another question right here by TRB Noah. He says, how can we back up EUP menu? If you're installing anything related to EUP, like a config, like ultimate backup config, and if it's trying to replace things in this folder right here, EUP folder, make a copy of your stuff. What I would do personally, be easier to do it this way. Just make a copy of this folder. So like left Control C and left Control V, and then that way you end up with a copy. See that right down there at the very bottom? EUP-copy. That way you just have a backup of it. There's a cool comment right here by James Sullivan 3048. He says, sometimes it feels so repetitive. Oh, tell me about it, bro. 8.5 years. No, I still enjoy doing it. I really do. I'm not in competition, with other people like, Steve. Steve has his own crowd. I swear he has his own following over there, 4.5 million subscribers, and I don't even recognize anybody in those comments. I don't know who he gets those from. People finding him on Google and other places. He knows the trick. I don't know, but Steve is a great guy. Really like him. You're welcome, man. Thank you for the content, Mike. Thank you, man. So this one right here, I really love his name, by the way. The Salty Rant 5716. Love it. He says, is there any way you could do a sting of a major prostitution organization? I think that might be a more realistic experience and episode for your viewership. I'm not sure if he means like a partner patrol. He probably does. If you guys haven't seen some of my FBI episodes where we do stings, be sure to check that out. And we did a meth house bust. It wasn't AI voice or anything. This is before I started doing that. But I grabbed 3 comments, I do believe, 3, and they were all FBI agents. And we went into this big meth house and it was a big bust. It was really cool. Love it. As a video, I even did drone footage. Of course, it was all fake. Because I had to edit all that stuff. You know what I mean? That's all editing. It's all fun to do that. Track it down, known drug lord and organization in that right there. That's doable. I think so. It's just, it takes some creativity with some of the plugins that we have, the call out packs. You know what I mean? But there's other ways you can get arrest warrants too. It's all RP. There's tricks to that. If you guys want to see how I do that, there's little tricks of the trade. I don't want to give away my secrets, but maybe at the sake of another video like this, maybe we might consider doing that. So thank you again, the Salty Rant. This comment here is by Ice. I'd like to see how you run your LSPDFR and what mods you use to play. And then this is a secondary question here, possibly add LA Revo and see if it supports it. So good question, really good question there. And once again, for a full list of all my mods that I use currently, 100% up to date is going to be my website here. And thank you again, Rohit, for helping me with this. He busted his ass over this website. It's bluelinevibes.com, and you can just go there, just click on my mods right there, and then you can see all the different drop down information right here, the menu. There's essentials, everything here I have in my game, and then also every plugin that you see. Yes, every single thing you see here, everything. This is what I use. Everything. There's 3 pages of it, and every single one of those mods are in my game right now. Callouts, same way. These are all in my game right now. So this is all 100% up to date, with the exception of maybe vehicles. Those I'm too lazy, guys. I apologize. But there are some really good vehicle packs on here, which I'll give you the link for as well. And then also the sirens. These are the ones that I use. That I switch out maybe about every 2 weeks to a month, something like that. I'll switch out these sirens. These are the ones that I found to be the best. So be sure to check out bluelinevibes.com, and that way you can get up to date with everything I'm using in my game. And the second question right here, possibly add in LA Revo and see if it supports it. That's a good idea. I've never tried LA Revo. There's a good possibility that certain mods might conflict. However, I do believe it's more aesthetic, right? If I'm not mistaken, LA Revo. So it might blend very nicely with LSPDFR. Here's a great comment right here by Bear261699. It's a really good question, actually. He says, how do you deal with falling down the rabbit hole of constant plugin install and updates versus actually playing the game? There's so many plugins to try. I find this can become a game within a game. And you spend all your time updating new plugins, but never playing. So I guess I don't want to sound too cocky, Bear. What I'm trying to say is that my game is stable, 100%. And so if there's anything new, I add to that if I feel like I want to show you guys. And then if I'm not happy with it, I usually take it out of my game. Just once you get something stable, try to do your best not to continuously try to update. But try telling that to the people on my Discord. But we have several people night and day in there trying to help each other out and installing this, installing that. And people are addicted to modding. I used to be that way, but not so much anymore. You'd think so, but not really. Once you get stable, stay there. Here's a good question right here. Tyler DeCarmen 4298. What developed your passion for gaming and LSPDFR? So I'll start with LSPDFR, really easy, no brainer. Steve the Gamer and Jeff Fabiano. I used to watch them all the time. Even doing LCPDFR, I'd watch Steve do all this stuff. That's why he's like a guru at all this stuff. And I was like in awe. I had no idea that mods can be this way. When I was 9 or 10 years old, we would go outside all the time. And some people that are watching or listening to my voice right now, they know what I'm talking about. When the street lights came on, that was your time to be home. And people that are older, hey, feel free to comment in the comments. Let me know. There's no shame in that. I can say it, and I'm the owner of this channel, but there's no shame in that. That is what we did. We rode our bikes. We put the baseball cards in the wheels to make it sound like a motorcycle. You know what I'm talking about? So the older people in here feel me on that, and it's a lot of good memories, right? And so when those street lights came on, you went home, and then we were lucky to play on the Atari or sometimes even Commodore 64. That came later. That was my first computer, Commodore 64. That was my first gaming computer, if you want to call it that. And all it was is entering code, for 8 hours and trying to get a damn balloon to float across your screen. The gaming didn't come until later, doing Counter-Strike. So Counter-Strike was my big go-to, first big involvement as far as gaming goes, my first passion. And then my world almost ended with World of Warcraft. My wife almost divorced me. Well, not entirely true, but she was not very happy with me, put it that way, because I'd get home from work, straight to the computer to play World of Warcraft for 4 or 5 hours a day, go to bed at midnight, dream about it, get up in the morning, go to work, straight back to the computer. I did that for almost 5 years. Finally became less selfish when it came to that. And I still remember those days. So I take time out of my day talking to my kids and stuff. And definitely my wife for sure, because not to get all cheesy on you guys, but she is my best friend. And that's who I come home to. And that is who we share stories with. But yeah, World of Warcraft almost ate my life away. I spent probably over 8-10 hours a day in that damn game for years. So yeah, World of Warcraft was another story, but yeah, gaming, I guess it's considered gaming, right? But your version of gaming probably is like something with FPS, something that's more faster paced, right? So probably Counter-Strike, that's where it started at. Then it went to Battlefield, and Call of Duty came a little bit later. I wasn't really big into Call of Duty too much, but I love Battlefield. 1942, love that one. And last but not least, the last question of the day, at least as far as this video is concerned, is your Discord server link is expired, and how does one person to program to talk to AI? His name is Max Kid, so thank you for the comment. I appreciate it. I'll have to look into that. We have so many links that are on different pages. In the description, it should be accurate, but if it's not, I need to know about that. So I appreciate you letting me know that. But there may be other links out there on Google, somewhere maybe within YouTube itself. I don't know. Maybe the banner. I don't know. But let me know which one you clicked on, because the ones on the description is supposed to be working. Second question here. How does one person to program to talk to AI? You don't. It's all editing, man. Everything you hear, you see on those AI videos, every single bit is editing, every bit. And then also, a lot of people don't realize this when I do AI voices, at least the later ones, I should say the last 6 months, every AI voice that you hear is from an AI real voice. That's a real person's voice. But this will freak most of you out. The person speaking through that voice is me, talking through an AI voice that's a real person. Let that sink in for a little bit. And then I edit it into the video, and it's extremely painstaking. It takes an average of a real small video, a little bit editing, maybe 15 hours. But the fancier ones would take over 40 hours, 50 hours. All editing, my friend. I appreciate you thinking it's a program, though. We are done with the questions here. That's 3 hours ago, and I went ahead and was nice there, Max Kid. As you can see, this was posted 3 hours ago. Questions are done, you know what I mean? And then he asked another question anyway, because he didn't read my pinned comment. That's okay. I decided to go ahead and show him a little bit of mercy and answer his question. But I did try to answer every single question there was. There may have been a couple that I skipped because they were wanting me to fix their game. I can't do that, man. Come on. Anyways, guys, I really appreciate each and every one of you that made a comment down below. And maybe we'll do this again some other time. Take care and stay safe.